95.5 R&B and old school for the Lou.
95.5 R&B and old school for the Lou. Universal Circus is coming to town. All right, August 24th through September 4th, downtown next to the Dome, where we used to have a football team. But yeah, Circus is going to be right there. So plenty of parking is going on. All right, so like I said, yesterday marked the 3rd year anniversary of the death, the murder, the killing of Mike Brown Jr. And in the studio right now, I have two very important people who are very instrumental in the turn of events that happened. Emperor, y'all see Emperor with me all the time. But what people don't know about Emperor is Emperor was my eyes and ears to what was happening in Ferguson, because he was calling me, letting me know what was happening on the Walmart lot, cops shooting at people. He was like, I was at the station, Emperor was on the phone with me, giving me updates. A lot of people don't know that. Yeah, when everything is happening. And in the studio is the director, Mr. Damon Davis of Whose Streets. It comes out tomorrow, the Tivoli Theater at 7 p.m.
Yes.
What inspired you to do this documentary?
Well, one thing I just knew from watching the news and like actually being out there and seeing how they was portraying events that I was like standing there for, knowing that wasn't like the right way things was going. After I saw that a couple of times, I just really wanted to like, I guess, put the real story out, or the story from the point of view of the protesters and the organizers and the community, the people that came out that wanted justice for Mike Brown, and that wasn't coming across in the way I saw the news.
Yeah. Man, that whole turn of events made me just really go after the news stations, because they were so whack with the way they portrayed us across the country. And then have you even noticed, like, now when things happen, it's not national news. It's like a blurb and then it goes away.
Yeah. And I think one thing about what happened in Ferguson was how people, the internet, never before had I guess a social movement had a weapon like the internet that we could spread information so quick and get to people and let people know what was going on. And I mean, it was happening all over the world, but specifically in America, Ferguson was one of the touch points for that. But it was happening in Hong Kong and Egypt, I guess they just weren't prepared for how fast the internet moved, and how people could put their own story out and their own, their own point of view out.
Right, and it's like a lot of changes happened, especially after the Corin Gaines live. The Facebook Live situation, then they changed it.
Yeah, and with Philando, how fast that went out, and like that, yeah, man, and that's also good and bad, because you would think people would stop shooting black folks, but now it just seemed like you just get to see black folks dying HD, in real time. Yeah. That's why I ain't really a proponent of the whole body camera thing, because they, you know what I'm saying, you just gonna see it happen. If don't nobody get charged with anything, it's still it's still the same thing. It's just like live action lynchings, you know what I'm saying?
So what's the spin that you put on Whose Streets? It was a love story that developed out of this. Give me your
The funny thing is that we were just capturing stuff. Me and my directing partner Savah, we came together when we officially said we was gonna do a movie, it was after the 9 indictment. You know what I'm saying? She had came down from New York with her homeboy Lucas, who ended up being our cinematographer. They was shooting. I got involved later on, because when things was going on, I was either protesting or trying to help organize stuff or make things, because I'm an artist, and so I was making posters, flyers. I was just doing whatever I could. So it was kind of hard to catch up with me. So they was trying to catch up with me because people had told them to holler at me. I guess I got that name in these little activist circles, and eventually I did an art show, and they came through. We met, and then we started rolling. But once we started rolling together, the main thing was to show a community, to show all these different types of people, all these different types of black people that they might necessarily not get along, they might not believe in the same thing, but all them black folks came out for this one thing, to try to get justice for this kid. And so that's what we tried to show the most. And some of that stuff, the love story that you see, that just happened to be because they let us into their lives, and everybody else that's in there trusted us and let us into their life. So you see with the other homie David go through, he ended up losing his apartment. He stayed out there in Canfield. It's just a lot of black people that like dropped what they was doing and got busy. And, you know, that's what we tried. That's what we was trying to get across, is that like this is like black people are not monolithic. They not the same. They like we only get to see one side of blackness, and what we was trying to do was trying to like show some complexity to what black folks go through on a day-to-day basis, and while they trying to like fight for freedom, and they like under basically military occupation. So
that's crazy.
Yeah. So like all of those like is what happened, and we just had like we caught it, and people trusted us enough to let us into their lives.
Have Leslie McSpadden and Mike Brown Sr. have they seen it yet?
Mike Brown Sr. has. We was not able to contact Leslie McSpadden, and I think it was just because all these people was coming at her. But we tried for years and years, and like it's 3 years now, and we had been in touch with different people and different friends tried to connect us, but it just didn't work out. But we were able to show the film to Mike Brown Sr. and his family before. Anything before we took it to Sundance or anything like that. Yeah.
Okay, and it's been getting rave reviews at the film festivals.
That's. I mean,
you have Roger Ebert, man. That's major.
The ghost of Roger Ebert. You know what I'm saying?
Okay, yeah. Because he's no longer here. Yeah, so that's crazy. But you got a quote from him before he checked out of here.
Yeah. I mean, it was somebody that wrote for the website. People see that Roger Ebert, and it's just the Roger Ebert brand.
Okay,
like, he been gone for a minute, but like, that was a big deal, and that was a big plug, and a lot of, you know, we've been getting mostly positive reviews, other than, you know, like internet trolls and stuff like that, but for the most part, we've been getting a lot of love, so I'm really excited for the city to see it.
All right, I don't want to hear no excuse from nobody in this city that don't go down to the Tivoli tomorrow, 7 p.m. for the screening of Who's Streets. In the studio right now, the director, Mr. Damon Davis, and my brother from another mother, Emperor. Like they don't know, like Emperor be in like.
That's how I know, like
Emperor be on the ground.
10 years we've been like and when I first was like doing my rap thing with my brother, and like just it wasn't too many people talking like pro-black, and like we fell into a category because we was talking like that.
Right.
He was in there, so yeah.
Right.
So, like, he one of the people we met. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, this was like a good long time I've known this man.
All right. So this is like a limited release this week, and it comes out to more theaters the following week.
Yeah. So I think we coming out this opening weekend. I think like 10, 12 cities, and then they're going to expand it in 2 weeks. So the more people that show up wherever you at in the country, the longer you get to stand the movies. And like I was saying earlier, like documentaries don't go to the movies like that.
Right.
We're extremely lucky to be able to find a distributor that agrees with our point of view, and that'll get behind us. You know what I'm saying? So I'm really excited about, you know, it going nationwide, and I just encourage everybody, like you said, to just go out and see it and see for yourself. You know what I'm saying?
All right, we need to see everybody out tomorrow night at the Tivoli Theater. You know where it is, right in U City. I mean, really? You don't know it's on Delmar? All right, it shows at 7 o'clock, and then you got a special Q&A session immediately following the movie.
Right after, I'll be there.
All right, what's the website?
WhoStreets.com or WhoStreetsFilm.com.
All right, no excuse, y'all. I mean, don't make me go off. Okay, and I don't want to hear nobody out there to my man. I don't want to go see it. I don't want to get mad all over again. You know, I got this to say to you for those people who say that stuff. Shut up! Did I say no? Say it again. Say something